Katie Alba here, and today I have Renee Beth Poindexter and Ulrika Carlson joining me, and we are inspiring others by fearlessly empowering and educating ourselves. And today we're going to talk to you about the solstice and the solstice event that we are having on Saturday, December 21st at 9 a.m. via Zoom and live in Eugene, Oregon, only live in Eugene. So I'm going to start with talking to you, Renee. Renee, what is the value and importance of the solstice and how it impacts our daily lives?
Absolutely. Thank you, Katie. It's a pleasure to be with you. Well, December 21st is really a significant event, both astrologically and energetically. And as both of you are energy workers, it also carries a lot of symbolism, like for personal reflection, release, and renewal, because it marks the shortest day and the longest night of the year, right? And in the northern hemisphere. So that's usually symbolizing a time of darkness, giving way to light. And energetically, that could be, related to endings and new beginnings and making it an ideal time for setting intentions or whatever you're moving through and you're going, okay, I'm going to take some time and reflect on it, maybe through a journal, and then allow what the light will bring forward as we move into longer days with more light. That's what I love about this time of year. It's like they sometimes call it a gateway. It's an energetic portal and a gateway between the worlds. And because the energy on this day can feel more potent than usual. If you're sensitive like me, I'm an empath. So it's an optimal time for spiritual practices like meditation and manifestation rituals and, just ceremonies of release and just intention setting. So it's significant. I love this. I can't wait to be with you on that day.
Thank you, Renee. And I really appreciate what you've said so far. And also, you and I were together and you shared with someone about the solstice coming up in the darkness, and they were like afraid of that shadow work. If people are afraid of that kind of shadow work, what would you say to them?
Oh, well, it's just kind of like the way the sun works, sometimes, you can see your shadow. And we all have a shadow within us. It's kind of like there's something that's moving through. It's not fully seen, and nothing to be afraid of. As a matter of fact, it's just this perfect time to actually redefine who we are becoming. The shadow is kind of like a clue, like, am I going to be embedded or are you going to release me? You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's a little bit of a dance around the fire in a way. And we can actually bring in a balance to say, thank you. Sometimes it's something we want to release and go, thank you so much. You served me so well, and I'm going to release you now. Because more light's coming in and the shadow is going to disappear, but it served its purpose. And we need to be grateful for that.
Well, and I love that you shared that with me before. You said, Katie, look at the gremlins and tell them thank you, and that they're no longer serving you. And so it is beautiful to shine the light on those shadow sides so that we can have a higher insight and then also to be in community with higher vibrational people like both of you. So again, thank you so much for your time and your
You're
insights,
welcome.
Renee, and I will come back to you again in just a moment. Ulrika, I want to ask you, what is the importance of regulating the nervous system?
Thank you for the question. I'm just so happy to be here with you, Katie, and with you, Renee Beth. And I loved your question and I love the answer. So for me, with a regulated nervous system, it's actually the root and the stem to everything. Because if my nervous system is in balance, then I have clarity, I am at ease, I am present in myself and with others. And when I'm not, when my nervous system is under a lot of stress, which it is as we live in the Western societies, so it's more or less on activated. The sympathetic nervous system is activated like 24/7 because we are not built for this amount of information that we are receiving through our senses. So this means that we unconsciously are more or less stressed all the time, and we don't even realize it. We think that life is supposed to be like this. We are not present. We don't have the clarity that we are looking for. We are not connected to ourselves or others. And actually, when we are out of balance, it shortens our lifespan, right? Because here in the Western world, the the diseases of not being at ease. We create diseases when we are stressed and when our nervous systems are stressed. So a lot of these symptoms of not being at ease, the symptoms in the Western world are stress related, like heart and cardio problems with blood pressure, even cancer, sleeping disorders, etc., etc. So many of the symptoms we see is due to a heavy load of stress on our nervous system. So we need to relax the sympathetic nervous system and activate the parasympathetic nervous system for us to be more also aligned in body, mind, soul, and also to be this present being that we want to be. We want to be connected in ourselves so we can be connected to beloved ones. So for me, a regulated nervous system is actually like a route to my whole life, to my well-being, to my health, to my interactions, my work capacity, etc.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Renee and I have had conversations about how I was leading myself very quickly into burnout. And so taking time to regulate my nervous system and become present, because that's when the answers do flow through us. And I didn't see that my busyness was actually stress and fear of failure and needing people to like me. And so when we can take that time to be present, we can really shine that light, like Renee was talking about earlier, on those shadow sides and see, is this true? How is this serving me? And thank it for the lessons. So thank you so much, Ulrika. I really appreciate all of the value that both of you bring to the community and to me and to yourselves. It's very beautiful. So going back to Renee, what is the significance of having a self-care practice and having routine in your day? What has that been like for you?
Well, that's a wonderful question too, because no matter, I've been pretty motivated and inspired to be a contribution, and what I'll do is I'll have a bunch of to-dos on my list, like all my action items, But like you said earlier, I learned about being burned out when I see it in others because it happened to me, right? So now the most important thing, and I really love your gifts, Katie, related to meditation and breathing work and so forth that you provide people, because the idea of listening to a meditative meditation and then learning to breathe and setting my being space to come into my being and allow myself to be grateful and allow myself to really experience my mind, body, spirit, and heart in alignment without my mind running the show. Has allowed me to let go of the to-do list. And my being is so happy now, as a result of that. When I remember self-care, let my own light, and we're learning some practices on how to actually awaken the light within us, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And your tools and your resources and how you help people is just quite significant. It helps so many people shift into that being space.
Thank you. And that's beautiful that you bring that into, because that is how I met Ulrika, is that we both practice a very similar type of work. And so it's nice to be able to have, because when I'm guiding the meditations, I'm not so much into that meditative state myself. So I appreciate all of Ulrika and also you, Renee Beth, the value that you bring by the questions that you ask. So again, having that community and having all of the different tools and resources at our fingertips is leverage that I've never had before. So I truly appreciate both of you for being such high vibrational beings and bringing your gifts to me and humanity. Um, so I am going to just quickly tell everybody the way that the solstice event is going to look. So first of all, it's again Saturday, December 21st, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. live in Eugene, Oregon, or via Zoom. And for the celebration, we'll start with reminding you to drink a lot of water and then to have a pen and paper available so that you can write down anything that comes through you. And we'll begin with a quick word or two for intention setting around the room. And then we will do a quick guided meditation to ground us. It might be slow, led by me. And then I'll interview Renee and Ulrika about the topics that we just discussed. And you guys will be invited to put stuff in the chat box and to write out any insights that you have. And we will have questions planted in there throughout the interview process as well. And then we will invite you again to write down anything that comes through you. And then Ulrika will guide us through a very transformative meditation. She does really good at helping us to really tap into that limitless time and space. When you start to tap into the quantum field, we truly allow that old stuff to be released back into the unified field so that new can come through. And it's beautiful because this is for you. You can share what you want to share and keep it all private. It's a beautiful gift to be able to just be in a safe space, a safe container to be able to grow within. And yeah, so allowing us for new possibilities. Do either of you have anything that you want to share about this upcoming event Saturday in particular?
Yeah, I would just like to say I love the flow of it and how it has come together just through our shared commitment to be the change we wish to see. And I think of the winter solstice as a spiritual reset. And Katie and Ulrika, I've always thought that, but I've never had the opportunity to lock arms with you each, and then the rest of the people coming into the circle. So as the light is returning, I just have more hope and renewal and this appreciating the transformation that's all occurring, and that we're creating a safe place for that spiritual reset to actually happen.
Thank you, Renee, and thank you for bringing in that spiritual aspect because I believe that's very important to all of us. Ulrika, is there anything that you want to say, parting words?
Yes, it is. I love listen to you. It's so good to hear like your vibration coming through your expression. So I just want to add also that as we all know, we're coming to the end of the year and we are moving into new year, which also means new year, new number, new energy, etc. So this solstice event is a really, really good way to sort of say thank you and goodbye for this year, and also to open up for the new year of number 2025, which is a 9, which is all about coming to an end, coming to disclosure, etc., etc. So it's a good way to honor yourself and honor your energy, to drop whatever you don't want to have with you in the upcoming year. And we are also working in the amplified field, as you have 3 of us, like the Holy Trinity. So it's even more powerful than if we would have done it each and everyone by ourselves. So it's in the amplified field. It is for you who feels it resonates with you. And we are looking forward to see you on Saturday.
Thank you for that. And that leads us into the next segue is that we will be having ongoing Zooms as we continue to grow together. So definitely stay tuned. We'll have more about that later. And at this event, we'll talk more about Pluto. So there's a lot more to be revealed. So we're really excited. Again, this Saturday, December 21st, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can get registered at www.root-awakening.com. And it's $8, that infinity and that loop. And so we want to just create that abundance for everyone in health, wealth, and relationships. So we look forward to continuing to grow together, and much love.